Hi, it's James here from Food Matters and welcome to this blender review. I am going to be taking 3 of my favorite blenders head to head with 3 different recipes. Also, we're going to be talking about the latest technology when it comes to blending, which is vacuum blending. We're also going to be going into the difference between juicing and blending. We're going to be talking about how to make the perfect smoothie, what ingredients to put together to make the perfect smoothie. And we're going to be sort of picking a winner at the end of the day, and based on our latest sort of recommendations, the latest research that's coming out about this technology. So first cab off the rank, we're going to be talking about pros and cons of vacuum blending, what the difference is between vacuum blending and more traditional blenders. So vacuum blending, really from a commercial sense, has been around for a little while. Some food producers have been using it, but from a consumer perspective, we've started to see some of these vacuum blenders come to the market in the last sort of 12 to 18 months. And this year, actually, I've just tried out about 4 or 5 different vacuum blenders and picked my favorite to bring to this particular review. This is a Kuvings vacuum blender. On my right, your left. On the other side here, we have the king of blenders. This is the original, the Vitamix. She is a beauty. And in the middle here, we have the NutriBullet RX. This particular blender was brought to prominence by David Wolf, or this brand at least. And he's been featured in 2 of our films, Food Matters and Hungry for Change. And it's just such a useful blender to use. It's easy to just clean and makes a great smoothie. So we're just going to be starting off with blending up some apples and water. And what I want to show is, and what I want to talk about is this process of oxidation. So since the early 1900s, we have known about oxidation in food preparation and food preservation, because when you cut food or when you process food, you introduce oxygen to that particular food. And what happens then is a process of oxidation starts to take place. And when foods become oxidized, nutrient levels go down, so vitamin levels go down, and also the color changes, it becomes more brown, which you've probably seen when you cut a banana or cut an apple up and leave it on the kitchen bench for too long, or you leave it out overnight. Or just fruit that just goes off and rots. I mean, this is a natural process of breaking food back down into the earth. So, you know, oxidation can cause nutrient loss. It causes color loss, so it starts to go brown and is discolored. And it also causes a change in flavor. As foods become oxidized, the flavor changes. So these vacuum blenders, they've got a hood on it because they suck a vacuum into the chamber here to blend in an oxygen poor environment. So putting the apples now into this one. So in the early 1900s, we started to understand this process of oxidation and how it could be damaging to foods and to our health. So that's when we started, you know, canning technology to really remove the oxygen from food in order to preserve it more efficiently for a longer period of time. I mean, this was the origins of food preservation, was understanding that oxygen can decrease nutrient value, decrease flavor, and cause it to go off faster. So now when you look at blending technology, what we do when we blend is we actually cut food up into thousands of small pieces. And this is great for making smoothies. I mean, smoothies are one of the best, most simple ways that you can get nutrients in a liquid form into your body. I'm a huge proponent of liquid nutrition because of how it can bypass a beaten up digestive system or a not optimally functional digestive system. So juicing and blending have always been big for me, and it also helps you get a large amount of vegetables, fruits, etc. into your diet very efficiently. And this is great for kids, it's also great for adults. So when we blend, we cut it up into thousands of pieces, and with oxygen, that can cause oxidation. And as we're going to see, we're going to do this first test now. So with this blender, we turn it on. There's an auto function here. So first of all, it'll create a vacuum in there, pull the oxygen out. A little motor will start, and then it will start blending. So I'm going to get that one going now. You can hear that there. I'm going to get the Vitamix going now as well. Off she goes, and the NutriBullet. that stop there? Oh, this is on like a low mode. I'm gonna let that one keep going anyway. I'm gonna pour these ones out. Oh, that's not actually done yet. Let me start this one a bit. Still needs a bit of blending. Okay. That one's good. Okay. Here we go. I'm gonna trust it knows what it's doing on auto. Oh, we got a bit of a chunk in this one. Oh, okay. I'm going to leave there now. I'm just going to give these a quick rinse. Okay, looks like it's done. Looks like we're done here. So I'm going to take the hood off here, and because this has been blending in a vacuum, there's like a vacuum seal here that you just need to open. You'll hear it come off here in a second. There we go. That means I can then release the lid. So I'm just going to take this off here. There we go. Pour this one out here. Nice. So I'm just going to sit these here for the rest of the, can you see all these ones here? Okay, cool. Sit them there and we'll see that. I'm going to give this a rinse. Okay, so we have our Vitamix over here. We have our NutriBullet here, which is already quite, the color's changed a bit, and we have the vacuum blender, the Kuvings vacuum blender right there. So this really is starting to show. I mean, we see the discoloration in the first one here. The Vitamix is still holding up for now. It looks a little bit chunkier. There's a bit of a layer separation happening there that I can see. And then this one is a bit more smooth and consistent. So we're going to leave them there for the rest of the demo. The next smoothie we're going to make is a signature green smoothie. And I'm going to put two blenders head to head on this. I'm going to choose the NutriBullet and the vacuum blender. And this involves a banana. So we're going to put that into there. And I'm going to be talking a little bit about creating sort of the perfect smoothie. So I think smoothies really need a few different types of ingredients if you're going to create something that is lasting and powerful. And you need fat, you need something sweet to make it taste good, so we got banana in that, and something to give it a good consistency. We've also got a date as well that I'm going to put in there. We have hemp seeds, good for protein, 1 and 2. We have cinnamon as well, amazing. And we have spinach, very alkalizing, great for your blood, cleansing the blood. And we have coconut milk, beautiful. Just gonna put that in there, probably don't need all of that. So now we're going to blend it up. This one goes on here, like so. And I'm just going to press the auto button this time and let it do its thing, not interfere. Now the NutriBullet. Here we go. Oh, that looks so good. That actually looks delicious. Okay, that should be done now. Perfect timing. We are going to take the suction off this one here now. There we go. And pour that one out. Also an excellent quality smoothie, so I'm going to put these right here. Creating a little stack of smoothie examples here. Just going to wash this one off, I'll be back. Okay, so when we think about making a smoothie or juicing, like one of the things about smoothie making is that you're getting the full range of fiber and the liquid nutrition from fruits and vegetables in there. So there's quite a difference between juicing and blending. Juicing, you're extracting the liquid nutrition out of fruits and vegetables, and that's able to go directly, bypassing a lot of your digestive processes and into your bloodstream quicker because it's taking the fiber out of that particular product. And with blending, you're keeping the fiber intact, so that can help with assisting with bowel regulation, but it can also help in slowing down the uptake of sugars into the bloodstream. So if you're a diabetic or if you suffer from any sort of digestive issues, then blending can be quite good because you've got that fiber component. Juicing also has its benefits, but it's best to not use too many high sugar fruits when you're juicing, so stick to those vegetables. Same thing with blending, you want to make it more vegetable based because you're getting the benefits of vegetables into your diet. And so the next smoothie that we're going to make is a vegetable based smoothie. This has got spinach, cucumber. This is our clean and green smoothie. So it has spinach in there, so I'm going to go that in first. Spinach is one of the most alkaline foods on the planet. Excellent for cleansing the blood. Fantastic for cleansing the blood, actually. We have cucumber, great for hair, skin, and nails. Silica in the skin. Really water rich as well. We have cilantro and parsley. These types of herbs are great for detoxing heavy metals out of the body. Then we have ginger and lime. Excellent cleansers as well. Chia seeds, some healthy fats in there, and coconut water. Let's just pour that in. Same on this side. And the chia. And the lime, and the coconut, and the lime, and the coconut. And the coconut water. Here we go. So Vitamix versus the vacuum blender. Here we go. Gonna get this Vitamix on there. Gonna get this guy up here. There we go. And there we go. Done. Oh, look at that color, it looks amazing. Going. I'm just going to stop that one there. Okay, let's release the seal. Off comes the lid. Pour this one out now. So we've got here some exemplars. So this is the most recent one. You can see the consistency. There's some separation starting to happen in this one here from the Vitamix, and this is a lot more consistent. You see from the oxidation test we did earlier, this is a real smooth consistency. There's a little bit of oxidation happening there. I think it was because I was playing with the blender at the start. A little bit unfamiliar with that technology. This is the other smoothie here. Then we've got the NutriBullet. You can see the dark brown color of that apple that's happened there now. So I'm just going to put these here. And then you can see this smoothie from NutriBullet, which looks quite good as well. I can see some air throughout it, a little bit more air in there. And this is the latest one here from the Vitamix, and the first one from the Vitamix. It's still actually got quite a bit of color in there, but it seems quite chunky still. So I am going to invite somebody up to do a taste test now. What do you think? Is that a good idea? I'm going to invite Grace up. I'm just going to move some of these out of the road now. And I'm going to taste test our final smoothie here, which is the clean and green smoothie. So this is the coconut water smoothie, and we've got two versions here. This is the vacuum blender version, and this is the Vitamix version. So I'm going to ask Grace to come up. I'm going to blindfold her, and I'm going to give her one smoothie first. She's not going to know which one. Then I'm going to give her the second smoothie, and she's going to tell me which one she likes best. Okay, this is live, guys. Let's go. Hello, Grace. Welcome.
Hello.
So I'm going to blindfold Grace with this tea towel that we have here. And can you see there, or you're okay?
I can't see.
Okay, perfect. Not too tight?
Perfect.
Okay, great. So, so we know, so the viewers here know which smoothie's which. So this one came out of the vacuum blender. This one came out of the Vitamix. And I'm going to ask Grace to test this one first. Okay, so this one here. So Grace, do you want to take a sip of this one? There we go. Got it? Okay, cool. That's example number one. And this is example number two from this particular blender here. Okay, there we go. I thought you could reach up and grab that, but obviously you can't because you're blindfolded. Okay, so between these two smoothies that you just tried, the first smoothie and the second smoothie, you can refer to them as smoothie number one, smoothie number two. Which smoothie do you think was the most smoothest? Or do you want to try them again, or you think you've had sufficient taste?
I think number two was smoother.
Okay.
Felt like there was less air in there.
Okay, number two is smoother. All right, that would be, okay, that's good. Then which one do you think, do you notice any flavor differences of anything between the two?
Yeah, I can taste like a little more flavor in smoothie number two.
Okay.
Yeah, like could taste there was more lime.
You could taste the lime more, okay, cool. All right, so I'm going to take your beautiful Food Matters bandana off your eyes here now. So Grace, this was number one here. This is the Vitamix one. You can see that probably if I keep stirring it, I can keep that consistency, but it's starting to separate there a little bit. And this is the vacuum blender one here, which you can see is a lot more consistent. So thank you for your time. Appreciate it.
No worries.
So that's all. So thanks for your attention, guys. This has been my blender review, and I'm going to summarize here a little bit my findings today. So first of all, what we've discovered is that when you blend in an oxygen-based environment with a standard blender, you create oxidation, which you get a browning effect because you're whipping oxygen into the food. This can reduce nutrient quality. This can reduce flavor and impact the flavor of it. And when you blend, in a vacuum-based environment, you're reducing the amount of oxygen that's coming into contact with the food when you're blending it, which causes it to preserve longer. As you just saw in that taste test as well, it creates a smoother consistency. And you can see from these particular smoothies here, this is the smoothie that we just did in the vacuum blender, and this is the one from the standard blender. And you can see there's some separation starting to take place here. With the chunkier pieces sitting on top and the more liquid sitting on the bottom, and then this one is consistent all the way throughout. So just like with cold press juicing, and this was something that we sort of brought to prominence with a lot of our education about 5 or 6 years ago, when you cold press juice, you can store that juice for longer. There's less separation compared to when you use a high-speed centrifugal juicer. And I'm sure that if many of you have used a centrifugal juicer and you leave it in the fridge, you start to see some separation, which is similar here. You start to see some discoloration, which is similar here. And those types of events is really when the food is starting to break down and oxidize, and it's losing nutrients. You're losing your capability to store it for longer. So if you're wanting to make a smoothie, put a lid on it and take it to work, It's going to be this sort of vacuum style blender, which is going to store for longer. You're going to be able to retain nutrients for longer. And it's going to give you also a smoother consistency because it's taking the oxygen out before it blends it. So you get a more homogeneous feel when you drink it. And you can see it there. And I'm going to have some because I'm thirsty. Even though we're blending up ginger and these harsh ingredients, you're creating a really smooth consistency as opposed to more of a chewable smoothie with some of these other blenders. But most importantly, I think it comes down to nutrient quality and preserving those nutrients. So I know if I buy organic fruits and vegetables, or I go and buy as conscious fruits and vegetables as I can, going to farmers markets or choosing some organic products and some conventional products based on the EWG guide, then when I put them through a blender or a juicer, I want to make sure that I'm retaining as much nutrients as possible. And with the cold press juicer, for that matter, extracting as much juice out of that product. So my bet would be, if you're looking to buy a blender and maybe you've got an old blender, maybe you've looking to upgrade your blender, then I would be looking at vacuum blender technology 100%. In my research, the 4 or 5 that I've tried, the Kuvings blender is my favorite. It's quiet, it's simple to use. There's a few different models. I think this is the American model I'm trying here. I've got an Australian model as well. And there's an auto function where you do a 1-button press and it pulls a vacuum and starts blending. And there's another function where you can just create the vacuum yourself and then blend as you wish. And if you're watching this video on YouTube or on our website, you can scroll down. We've contacted the company and been able to get you a special offer. Also, if you send your receipt to us at info@foodmatters.com, we'll also send you a copy of our Juices, Soups and Smoothies ebook. This is an awesome recipe book with lots of amazing things you can do with your blender. It also teaches you in there how to make the perfect smoothie so that you can have free reign on creating your own recipes. Plus, also, it has the 7-day Food Matters cleanse in there, which is juices, soups, and smoothies based, so that you can cleanse throughout the year, regardless of the season, and have something warm when you go to bed at night, or you can have a cool soup as well. Now, this is not to say that I don't love the NutriBullet and the Vitamix. I still have a NutriBullet at my home, and I have a vacuum blender in the office. We have a Vitamix and a NutriBullet. I will use all of these interchangeably, but if I'm buying a new blender from now on, I will be buying some form of vacuum technology, and my favorite right now is the Kuvings blender. So I hope you've enjoyed this blender review. If you want to leave a comment below, let me know. I'd love to hear your thoughts and feedback on this. Have you tried a vacuum blender before? What are your favorite brands? And looking forward to seeing the results that you get in your kitchen at home. Have an awesome day. Ciao for now.